that we've seen, primarily because they sort of just came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, for the first time in recorded history, massive killer whales seem to have finally decided, fuck them boats, and realized that they're actually pretty damn good at it. For orcas, destroying boats is easy and fun, and once they got a taste for it, no boat was safe. But still, much like the old man with the slingshot, the motives have remained unclear. Obviously, every animal on this planet is well within their rights to want humanity to suffer. But why orcas? Why now? Why the Iberian coast? Well, the orca experts, they've had ample time, they've done their research, and they have now weighed in. Here's USA Today.
For the last 5 years, killer whales have been ramming, and in some cases sinking, expensive yachts, fishing boats, and motorboats in the crystalline waters off the coast of Spain, Portugal, France, and Morocco. Why has been a mystery until recently. A multinational group of orca experts that met in February and were sponsored by the governments of Spain and Portugal has released a report outlining why they think it's happening and what can be done to stop it. What originally appeared to be attacks on more than 673 boats since 2020 now seem more likely to be a bunch of bored teenage orcas looking for something to do, said cetacean expert Alexandre Zerbini. Essentially, the whales started a fad of playing with boat rudders. The report comes 2 weeks after the first ramming of the season, which resulted in a sailboat sinking at the southern entrance to the Strait of Gibraltar. On the morning of May 12th, a group of orcas snuck up on a 50-foot sailboat and dove at its rudder, damaging the Albaron Cognac and causing a leak that eventually sank the boat. The 2 crew members were evacuated to a nearby oil tanker, according to the Spanish newspaper El País.
So this has been always one of the prevailing theories, essentially just the orca version of a TikTok trend. The Sink a Boat Challenge.
Yeah.
The other leading theory was that this was a coordinated act of revenge in response to an orca getting seriously injured by a boat. But scientists have since said that that theory is unlikely. It's more likely they're just goofing around.
Nope, I don't like it.
They're just having a laugh.
No, I like the previous theory, and who are they to assume what these orcas are thinking, these brilliant animals?
So anyway, back to the article. This group of orcas interacts with the vessels because they are being enriched by the experience, said Renaud de Stefanis, president of CIRC, Conservación, Información y Estudios sobre Cetáceos, an organization dedicated to preserving marine life. De Stefanis has been studying orca behavior for over 25 years and was also at the gathering of scientists in Madrid. The sea is a very boring place for an animal, said De Stefanis. Imagine if you're a dog or some other mammal, you can interact with objects around you. But in the sea, there's not much for the orcas to interact with, so they play with the rudders. Overall, the incidents have mostly involved juveniles who are more playful and courageous in approaching boats, said Zerbini, who also chairs the International Whaling Commission's scientific committee. He imagines a young orca butted its head against a boat's rudder one time, and when it moved, the orca thought, this is fun. After ramming it a few more times, a piece of the rudder broke off, and that was even more fun because there was something to play with. There's documented evidence of the orcas then playing with the pieces, he said.
I'm also sure that they enjoyed hearing the people on the boats yelling and telling them to stop, but not being able to physically do anything at all.
Well, or they heard people screaming on the boat like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die, ah! But in whale song, that sounds like, oh,
it's a beautiful
They're
song.
saying keep going.
Yeah.
They're saying you're doing great. That's awesome.
We're all having a great time.
Yeah.
And when the boat sinks, why, that's just more stuff to play with.
More toys.
So yeah, the ocean is a boring place, but it's always been boring. So that doesn't explain why these attacks suddenly picked up in the past couple of years. But here is what does explain that. This particular population of Iberian killer whales is critically endangered, in part because its primary prey were bluefin tuna that had long been overfished and were in decline. That meant the orcas had to spend lots of time hunting and feeding, leaving little space for the kind of play juveniles are known for. Better protections have meant the tuna population rebounded in recent years. Climate change may also play a role, leading the tuna to be abundant in the Gulf of Cadiz year-round rather than seasonally. This year-round abundance means that there appears to no longer be a need for the whales to pursue every fish encountered, the report said. That was good for the orcas, but may be the cause of the problems for boaters, said Zerbini. Effectively, the killer whales have time on their hands, he said, so they'll go start playing with rudders.
So yeah, they brought back the tuna population. Good. Now the whales are like, wow, it used to take us like days to find like a good tuna to eat. Now they're just fucking everywhere. I'm like, all right, I'm full. Well, what do you want to do now?
Yeah.
Let's go fuck up some boats, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Let's go get into some good trouble.
I can't believe the whale economy was bad, and that's what stopped them from acting normal. They're like, no time for fun.
Yeah.
We've got to work, and for them, working is eating and hunting.
Nobody wants to hunt anymore. Whoever the version of like the Federal Reserve, the Treasury Secretary for the ocean, needs to raise those interest rates.
Yeah.
It's gotten too easy for these killer whales.
Yeah. We're going to try to do a soft landing on these ship attacks.
But anyway, they go on to explain that orcas, being highly social animals, are prone to fads, with one notable previous fad being orcas in the Pacific Northwest wearing dead salmon on their heads as hats. It was a fashion trend that started with young orcas before spreading throughout the community and eventually going away, presumably because the adult orcas were doing it, therefore making it less cool.
All you need is one big old orca to rip a rudder off.
Oh, hey guys, look at my, I got the dead salmon on my head.
Pretty cool, huh? Oh, God, that's so cringe.
Ugh.
God.
That's chuggy.
Yeah. Ugh.
So anyway, they theorize that this fad will also eventually die off. However, by that same logic, it sounds like a bunch of full-grown adult orcas are gonna need to start ramming boats for that to happen, which is bad news for boats, I guess, in the short term. In order for this to stop, the teenage ones that started it need to decide that it's not cool anymore. And that means the biggest orca in the sea needs to destroy a bunch of boats.
Hey guys, look, skibbity rudder, skibbity rudder.
Yeah, cringe.
Dab.
But yeah, the scientists, they've also issued a few suggestions for avoiding orca attacks, one of which is basically just attaching stringy material to rudders to make them look like jellyfish. And another is hanging these little torpedo-shaped weights underwater from the backs of boats, which I guess has been shown to deter orcas for some reason.
Sure.
I don't know why, but it works. They don't like it. So try that. We'll see if any of this shit works because it's orca attack season.
Yeah.
It's coming.
There should be more. Hello, orcas.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Domination.
They're figuring it out. You gotta hurry.
Ruckus for the Echelon playbook, but
Gotta
I'm
up
sure
your
you'll
game
manage.
now.
Headlines are coming up, but first, click the join button.
Yeah, think about it.
There's no sponsor this week, so it's up to you to sponsor the show. Thank you to everyone. I saw in the last episode a bunch of comment thank yous.
Thank you for your service.
Very, very appreciative. We love you very much. Thank you. Now let's get into the weirdest, wildest, craziest headlines from around the world this week, starting with Elliot. Please take it.
Pope Francis apologizes over use of gay slur, Vatican says.
And, okay,
There's a lot happening here.
First of all, welcome to Pride Month, everyone.
The analysis of this story is very interesting.
Points to maybe the Pope and his buddies potentially being involved in the gay community.
The funniest interpretation of this I saw was a dude, like, in English, being like, just super flamboyantly, like, what's up? Slurs, and then, like, Francis, that was, like, basically, he was using a term that is a gay, a slur
used by the community.
It's a term that's, like, so antiquated that really you only hear it used in this way within the gay community.
Yeah.
And essentially, like, it sounds like basically they were once again debating whether, like, priests can be openly gay at some private meeting. And again, the answer was no. But Francis was like, for now, though, can you guys just, like, keep the
Yes.
keep the
you know what he's talking about.
Keep the stuff to a bare minimum.
Yeah.
Just chill out with the
Yeah, the reports that I saw were like essentially only a gay man would say that. So who knows? He just wants it on the down low, that's all.
Yeah. Which
This is a rough off, but you're a pro. You'll bounce back. Capture zone secured. Friendly's going for zone B.
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yeah.
Dude, and just like clockwork, I was like, this is too on the nose now. Like, every corporation's not gonna do their big post. And they did. I woke up this morning and it was like, on Instagram, it was just post after post after post, which is great, obviously, but do not open the comments. I am begging you, if you have any hope for humanity and want to just blindly get through this next couple of days where everyone's very actively being dickheads online, just don't look at the comments. The MLB and like NASCAR and some others posted this morning, and I actually lost faith in a lot of sports fans who I thought at this point would be like at least okay with seeing, like they know it's coming.
Yeah.
And this is
the majority of people just don't care either way. Like they're not gonna jump in the comments and be like, hell yeah. They're just gonna be like, who cares?
Yes.
So what you get is the most just insecure, hateful people around. There is a lot of discussion. I hadn't considered this, but like the Trump verdict coming up right before the start of Pride Month has a lot of people worried that the people who are mad about that verdict are going to lash out at the first available target.
Yeah, there was what would, you would assume, constitute a very real threat on Twitter during some Pride Month stuff already. So, yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Yes, and also stay out of the comment sections. Not ours, though. Very loving.
We have a great comment section.
Be very nice down there in our comment section.
Yeah.
Next headline, though. Richard Dreyfuss caught wearing a dress before sexist and homophobic rant at Jaws screening.
All right, Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
Acclaimed Academy Award-winning actor Richard. Yeah, I always thought Richard Dreyfuss was like a pretty standard, like Hollywood dude. But he, like many other people, like his age just got fucking brainworms apparently. And yeah, he like shows up at this like Jaws screening. Everyone's like so excited to see Richard Dreyfuss. He just comes out like wearing a dress and then immediately like launches it into like just a bunch of rants about like trans people and like DEI and shit. And yeah, like more than anything else, it would just be disappointing as a fan of the movie to like see that classic film Jaws, one of the greatest movies ever made, and
have it ruined.
And one of the actors comes out and it's like, without any prompting, just decides to make it about that shit. And he's like up there like saying that like parents of trans kids are bad parents and stuff. It's like, what? It's this.
Sorry, you're here for the screening of the shark movie.
It's this very like boomer thing, specific to boomers, that like when they get.
Well, he probably doesn't have a platform to really like express these opinions.
No,
he's like,
had,
finally someone's gonna listen to me.
He has Twitter. He's pretty active.
Yeah,
Can anyone provide first aid?
Okay, but like
gathering intel.
It's that boomer thing of once they get like an idea in their head that they are fixated on, like especially politically, they will bring that up unprompted in the most inappropriate situations, out of fucking nowhere, making everyone else in the room uncomfortable.
Take the zone, keep the zone. You know the
this
mission.
is one of the more jarring examples.
Yeah.
I know you guys came here to ask me questions about Jaws, but I have some other stuff on my mind.
Yeah. Let's talk about the real shark in the room. These gays.
World's first tooth regrowing drug will be given to humans in September.
Let's go, baby!
I'm gonna be pulling mine out because I still have all my teeth, but like they're old, they're worn out. Yeah. Like I'm gonna
grow my wisdom teeth back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't painful enough the first time.
Get back in there.
I'm so fascinated by this. I don't understand. So like basically, like once you're born, like you have genes that tell your body to grow teeth. Then eventually those genes turn off, and this basically is like a gene therapy that like can activate the keep growing teeth genes. And like I think
don't be you gotta be careful because you will end up like a shark.
Well, I think there is like diseases. People have disorders where their body doesn't know to stop growing teeth.
Well, it grows in weird places.
Yeah.
Like their ears and their vaginas. We've all seen the movie.
Exactly. So yeah, this is very exciting for the people out there without teeth.
Yeah.
Maybe Boogie can get some teeth for real this time.
Go for the
yeah, that's like there's. Yeah, I mean,
ready to rock.
On the darker side of the internet, you can see the photos, but there's like people will cut off like tumors and stuff at the hospital, and they'll find just like full sets of teeth.
Yeah, I think they're called hematomas.
So it's just, they're growing somehow. They just don't know where to go.
Well, yeah, that's like a weird thing where
we should just be harvesting teeth from tumors.
Yeah, there's like teeth, hair, like there's just like all these. It's like basically your body like gets confused and like tries growing like a fetus in your skin, but like it's just sort of mashing all the genes together.
It's not like being bald and then having like a tumor cut off and like there's just a full head of hair in there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God damn it.
Doc, can you do something about that?
Look, it just got lost. It's not, this isn't like a God thing. You know, God obviously, he wanted me to have hair. He just put it in the wrong place.
I will. Good job, Agent.
So, you're either gonna fix this or I'm going straight to Turkey. Toronto renamed Centennial Park Football Stadium after Rob Ford. Perfect. No notes. No notes.
It's always like he's been dead for a while, right?
Yeah. Years at least.
Like 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, because like during his entire scandal of just being very publicly being a complete fucking like drug addict, alcoholic mess, the people of Toronto, they stood by us. Yeah, they loved him. They loved him so much that they elected his brother, his shitty brother, not Tom Ford, that's the designer.
Yeah, Doug Ford.
Doug Ford. He's like the premier of Ottawa. And,
what's going on in Toronto? They got Drake. They got the Fords.
I don't know, but yeah, I also like I was looking into this. Like Rob Ford, he's like 45 when he died, and he looked a lot older than that.
Yeah,
because like when that scandal was going on, he was like 40.
Well, he was smoking crack in like crack dens, so it probably ages you quite a bit.
Smoking crack and obviously like very obese at the time as well. Yeah, so...
Did you see that CNN commenter got in trouble for calling Trump obese?
What?
Yeah, I read that and I was like, okay. They're like, oh, please don't use that language on there. Like, what? He's an elderly obese man.
I don't know if he's obese anymore.
Well, no, he's
on the Ozempic. Yeah.
Which, like, actually, that's inaccurate. Get out.
Yeah. Trump actually, like, I feel like people said this at the time, and I think there might be something to it. Like, the Ozempic Trump, part of his appeal was that jolly, like... plumpness.
Yeah, he needed this guilty verdict to reinvigorate his base.
He ate so many hamburgers after that verdict. He was in it. It was like that picture of him with all the McDonald's, but like only for him.
Yes.
No one else. Look at this.
They said I can't finish the whole table, folks.
Oh man, if he gets elected again, imagine the fast food spreads that he'll have for the NCAA champions.
Not anymore. He'll blame Bidenomics, the fact that he can't get as many hamburgers anymore.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh well.
Man with suspended license astonishes judge by joining court Zoom call while driving.
This has become like the meme of the summer so far. There's people doing paintings, like all kinds of things. It's already a response meme.
Assault them at your discretion.
The Trump verdict was people were using all over it.
I wish we could show it, but one of the places I saw it said like via Storyful. I'm like, no. First of all, how the fucking Storyful like even like copyright?
It's a public
like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to fuck with it because if they will copyright claim the video immediately,
and we need this money.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just this guy calling into court,
scanning for hostiles,
clearly in the driver's seat, and the judge just being so that calm elderly black man energy of just like, I'm just gonna slow walk this.
Yeah.
Just gonna so what are you doing?
Capture zone contested.
I'm pulling in.
So,
Friendly's going for zone
Don't
B.
worry, I'm almost there.
And yeah, so this was over a suspended license plate. He's like talking to the lawyer, and he's like, so is he driving a car? And immediately he's like, all right, so you gotta go, you're going to jail. But because it's so funny, like over Zoom, so he's like, you have to report to jail by this hour. And the guy's just sitting in his car, and you just see on his face, like, oh fuck, god damn. It's just like, damn, I really thought I could get away with this.
Scanning for hostiles.
Well, I'd like to know, like, what happened? He said he was going to a doctor's office. Assuming that's true, did he just, like, double book himself?
Team capturing
maybe
zone
he's got,
C.
and
You know how hard it is to get a court date and a doctor's appointment?
Yeah, like maybe he's got one of those HMOs where you got to book, especially for minor stuff, you got to book that like 3 months in advance.
Yeah.
And he's like, well. So maybe he just
I can do both.
timed it wrong.
You know what? I really can do it all.
Maybe not though.
Oh man. Well, a funny video.
Yeah.
Scanning.
Feel bad for the guy, but
I don't. Like, what are you thinking? You really thought you could get a fast one on this judge, like literally sitting in his car while it's
lighting
moving?
up the scope. Really coming out of the woodwork.
Like, no, it's parked and I'm doing a food review for TikTok.
Yeah. This is my studio.
Yes. Nurse fired for calling Gaza ward genocide while accepting compassion award.
A little too much compassion.
Yeah.
No, we didn't mean like that.
Not that compassion. That's the wrong stuff.
She's also like, she's a nurse specifically and works with like pregnant women and women who've like recently lost their pregnancies. So obviously like a very clear thread from the compassion of the like work she does for a living and the fact that, you know, women and children are being absolutely slaughtered.
Some might say she has a lot of empathy for for humans in general.
Friendly
So
capturing
yeah,
domain.
she gets this award. She brings that up. Immediately fired.
There was also someone in the UK that was fired for simply liking social media posts.
She wasn't. Well, she was removed from the Labour Party.
No, okay.
She was.
Zone A is
Labour
at
Party
risk.
kicked her out because she literally hit the like button on a Daily Show clip.
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah.
The UK, like, as fucked as everything is here, like, the UK seems like a hellish place to be. Their justice system is fucked up. Their politics are fucked up.
Yeah, they're consistently more and more isolated.
Their
because of
libel laws,
Brexit.
their libel laws are ridiculous. J.K. Rowling is a turd. I can say it.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Man who transformed into a dog says he wants to become another animal.
Yeah, I think we talked about
I'm
this guy.
detecting hostiles
Spent like
on
a
zone C.
ton of money on that dog suit, and it's genuinely like if you saw that from more than 15 feet away, you'd say, "Oh, that's a dog."
The Great Dane. Beautiful animal.
Well, it's a collie.
Well,
He's picked a smart dog
he's
breed.
big though.
Right, but he's a Japanese
Revealing
man.
enemies.
And collies get big, so
Going down.
he evens out. But yeah, he picked a smart dog, a very furry dog. The only thing is, like, because of how he has to fit into it, he can't really run. He can only sort of kind of trot at best. But
Friendly's
yeah,
going
after
for zone B.
achieving full dogness, he's like, all right, well, what do I
Allies on
do
B.
now? I guess I got to start over with a new animal.
Zone secured.
We'll
He's
see.
going to go through the entire reincarnation chart.
Yeah,
They're on
Yeah.
zone C.
Eventually ending up, what is it, a tiger or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tiger would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. He might get, like, sedated and dragged off to a zoo, but...
Yeah, but that'd be so validating.
Gathering intel.
Wow, really fooled him.
I was just pretending.
Naked on a
Zone
plane.
compromised.
Man arrested
Friendly's
after
moving
alleged
on C.
nude
Zone
aisle
B
run
compromised.
forced plane to turn back.
Man, stop messing around on planes, everybody. Yeah, no one's happy on a plane.
Yeah, no, we've seen a lot of shit over the years, but yeah, just not often you see people get naked on planes. And then just run up and down the aisle. Woo! He knocked over a flight attendant too.
That's not fun.
Pretty sure he was Australian.
Well, okay, never
Yeah.
mind. That explains it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
We're facing
descended from
mission
criminals.
failure,
So
Agent.
Wolf me plagas!
they're genetically prone to acts of criminality.
I don't think that. I love our Australian viewers.
Not ours. The other ones.
Did you see the fight at the new Spirit Airlines flight dropped in
Team's
the
going for B.
checkout area or the bag check area? Fucking wild, dude.
It's the Greyhound months of the sky.
And it's, yeah, summertime, heating up, everyone's losing their fucking minds. It's chaos summer
Secure
again.
all the zones. This
Canadian
should be
walking the
familiar
dog finds more
territory.
than 40 rotisserie chickens in the woods.
It's similar to, remember that spaghetti in the woods in Jersey last year? And our theory was that it's the spaghetti man, spaghetti monster. It's a cryptid. So maybe Canada has a chicken man.
Yeah, or someone's trying to, like, beat that Philadelphia guy's chicken challenge.
Yeah, they gave up. In any case, dumping food in the woods in New Jersey, not nearly as bad as
Gathering
dumping
intel.
meat
About
in the
to
woods in
receive.
Canada, where they have fucking grizzly bears and wolves.
Careful.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be around that chicken
Friendly's locking down
when it gets
zone C.
found by
I
a
think we all see where
hungry
this is
bear.
heading.
Yeah,
Time to think
I'm
about
sure since it's
extraction
a
options.
rotisserie chicken, it smells real good to them.
Oh yeah, the bears they're
Don't
floating in the air
compromise.
with the scent lines. Yeah, like Yogi Bear.
Herbs. Herbs.
It's so juicy.
Lemon pepper, you
How
say?
do they keep it so juicy?
Wow.
Gathering
They're onto
intel.
something. I should go visit more human places.
I should go bust in on a lot more people's
First
houses.
aid.
And final headline: French mayor accused of spending taxpayers' money on fortune teller who tricked him into thinking she could talk to his dead father using her ventriloquist skills.
So she was throwing her voice and pretending to be his dad?
Yeah,
You're off your game,
That's
Agent.
crazy. And he believed it.
yeah.
So she must be a
He
good
not
voice
only
actor.
believed it, he gave her like a ton of money that he stole from the city
No, keep it going.
and was like flying her and her family out on trips. This seems to happen. It's like I feel like something similar happened in like Korea. And they had their own like weird fortune teller person. Nancy Reagan had a fortune teller who was literally influencing like President Reagan's decisions.
Yeah.
Of course, Rasputin in Russia.
First millennial president's going to have the tarot card reader there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death card, is that good? Yeah.
Well, it depends. It doesn't mean you're going to die.
It depends on how I read it to you. I don't fucking know anything about tarot. So yeah, last time we brought up tarot, lots of comments.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna embrace my ignorance of tarot once again and say that I think the death card is bad. That way a bunch of people in the comments correct me, thereby engaging in the video.
It's not fortune telling. It's basically like an early form of like psychoanalysis. Like they accidentally invented therapy with tarot.
Yeah.
By basically just like
calming people down.
It's basically you're like randomly generating prompts.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
It's the chat GPT of the spiritual world.
Okay.
Oh, anyways, that's it for today's episode. We will be back next week. But in the meantime, make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you're feeling frisky, hit that join button or the thank button. I didn't bring the mug. Oh, well. If you want to see a video that was 6 years, 7, 8 years in the making, we got Trump being found guilty.
We got all libbed up for this one.
Yes, we did. And then we have our video about Google's AI, where we run through some of the funniest prompts and answers that were asked of Google in the past week or two.
It's fun.
So check both of those out, engage with the video, and we will.
I'm doing it.
What the? Bro, how is this on Jimmy Kimmel? What the? Dude, this is actually hilarious. I'm legitimately shocked. What the? Mother! You suck! You suck! There is no justice! God, I love the Republicans. Come on, dude. They're such content. I love Donald Trump. You got a problem with that bitch? Gays for Trump.
Not guilty! Not guilty! Piece of that Why the fuck? He died! You're corrupt motherfucker!
I'm serious when I say this. Trump supporters in big cities that are like otherwise Democratic strongholds are literally visibly more insane than like the lifelong Republican that lives in some rural ass town in Texas. Not even a
this off's a bit raucous
like, these
for the
guys are
Echelon playbook, but I'm sure you'll manage.
So much more nutty. And I think a big part of the problem for the Republican Party is that they pay too much attention to these freaks and like literally cause a lot of the quote unquote normal Republicans who don't pay attention to whatever the going on, and they just kind of like vote for still racist reasons or tax reasons or whatever the like those are the guys who are just like, what the going on? This is like a little bit too much.
The only man that ever stood up for me in my life. Throw it through. Donald Trump.
Oh my God, he's crying. Bro, what the? He's crying. Bro, he's shedding real tears for Trump. That's awesome. That's fire. That's, oh God, that's so good. Oh, that feels awesome to see.
Yo, Emma just won the election, I'll tell you that much. Joe Biden.
How come people become this mentally ill? That's crazy. Like, I don't know what you do with this guy. You can't save this guy. And of course, he's live streaming it too and filming it.
I hope that we can find a way to love each other and to make right.
You're down, but never out, Agent.
Bro, talking
You
about
got this.
loving each other in the country while he's shedding tears for Donald Trump.
Is one of us. He is one of us. And now they have only made the poll numbers go higher. I guarantee that's what you're going to see coming next. The polls are going up. Donald Trump is going to win even harder.
So why are you guys mad then? You should be excited, right? See, now this doesn't make a lot of sense.
Gathering
to me.
intel.
You should be excited then that the polls are definitely going to go up. Why are you mad?
Trump, every day. The guy next. I'm down for whatever. Just get us up out of here.
Yo! You went a little nutty with it, my boy. Hey, yo. That's crazy.
These were people who felt compelled, obligated to be as close as they could to Mar-a-Lago, even if the former president wasn't here to show their support.
Bro, these people are so crazy. They went to Mar-a-Lago. Like, they have like a religious affiliation with Trump.
Top 24, let's go. Photo 4.
We have to support our president.
They're acting like they're doing like a pilgrimage to Mecca or something. bro. This is their Hodge.
The message is it's going to backfire on the Democrats. It's going to backfire on Sleepy Joe. It's going to backfire on Alvin Bragg. Trump is going to win. And I will vote for him for the third time, even if he's in.
He's wearing the NYPD hat with the Bring Our Hostages Home pin on him. He knows he's a cop.
We've been talking to a lot of people here, and some people say justice has been served. Others say this is just a political ploy to keep Donald Trump from becoming president. But regardless of political affiliation, people here seem to be genuinely surprised Trump was found guilty on all 34 counts. A few people we spoke with were shocked that he is still allowed to run for president.
I do love that in America, even if you're in jail, you can still run for president and even win technically. I think that's dope. I'm not even joking about that. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not doing the dry sarcasm. I think it's an unironically good thing that you can run for president from prison as a convicted felon, and you should be able to vote as a convicted felon and vote from prison as well. So I think it's crazy that we can do one thing but not the other. And no, Trump is allowed to vote for himself because in the state of Florida, if you get convicted, if you're a convicted felon from another state, the state of Florida says normally if you were arrested here with a felony, you wouldn't be able to vote. But arrested and convicted in the state of New York, it depends on what their laws are. And in the state of New York, felons can vote.
You cannot silence the American people. You cannot stop us from voting for change. Joe Biden's injustice, Joe Biden's two-tier injustice system, weaponizing the justice system of the United States of America against a political opponent, un-American.
Zone secured.
Joe Biden, you're fired.
He hit him with a "you're fired." It's insane that a black man is saying that there's a two-tier criminal justice system, which is true, except he's saying it about a two-tier criminal justice system for an incredibly powerful, incredibly wealthy former president. That is so unimaginable, dude. You ask that dumb about white supremacy in the criminal justice system, and it's like, oh, that doesn't exist. Our institutions are infallible and perfectly good and designed well.
My mind was not made up before, but it's definitely made up now.
Yeah, right.
And I will definitely be voting for Donald Trump.
I do not believe his mind was not made up before. Like, who the f would be like, you know, I'm iffy on that Trump guy, but now that I know that a jury of his peers convicted him, like found him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, that he definitely paid hush money to a porn star in an effort to make sure that people did not know that he had sex with a porn star in the lead up to an election, and then falsely documented the payments as regular legal retainers. That is when I was like, this is my guy.
I feel that it is essential that I vote for him because I must stand against the lawfare that was put on display by the Democratic Party, Alvin Bragg, all of these folks, and it's a shame because
God, I love how stupid Americans are. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
In the United States and in New York, I know what it's like to have the legal system used against you, specifically targeting you. At the end of the day, to expect us to just sit back and watch this happen.
That's how you know he's lying about, like, being iffy on Trump. He did the quintessential black Republican move. Black conservatives love saying, as a black man, I've experienced racism, and what the racism that Trump is experiencing right now is worse than that, or it's just like that. It's classic. Americans are stupid. One thing that both parties get right. Yeah, I never voted for Trump before, but I certainly will be voting for him now. The Democrats are a clear and present danger to truth. Stay-at-home dad, iconoclast, intellectual, stoner, yogi, lesbian, runner, beer drinker, unvaxxed. My freedom protects you, your freedom protects me. The Democrats are a clear and present danger to truth, justice, and America where they must be defeated. MAGA. I'm in the same boat. Never voted for him, but will now. But man, oh man, I hope your vote is reliable because the bridges you just burned are never getting rebuilt. Good luck, brother. Dude, Twitter is so unimaginably right-wing. Twitter has become one of the most right-wing platforms. You are so unvaccinated, you wrote unvaxxed on your Twitter profile. Why would you ever voted for the Democrat anyway, the Dummycrats? They're the party of gay vaccinations, gay autism vaccinations.
Years from now, when people say Robert De Niro, they're not going to say he was a great actor. They're going to say he was a...
You notice how they don't have any policy policy opinions at all. Like, this entire thing is held together for many people on both sides, by the way. I'm not even just saying this is just about the Democrats or just about the Republicans. For so many American voters, it isn't about policy at all. It's about having their team win, and it's about their own, like, personal petty grievances being addressed. That's the reason why they're so mad at Robert De Niro. Like, Robert De Niro comes out and he's like, yeah, Donald Trump, he's a charlatan or whatever and they're like, yeah, Robert De Niro, I will kill you. It's like, bro, calm down. Like, why are you so mad? Like, this is not like oh, I really want Trump because of, I don't know, the tax cuts that are coming for me, and these guys want to stop Trump because of the tax cuts. They're like, no, I love Trump and I have so much rage in my heart that I will literally fight your battles for you, Mr. Trump, sir. I will now make it my life's mission to destroy Robert De Niro because Robert De Niro said Trump sucks. Get a life, man. What is wrong with your brain? Spend it on some healthy hobbies, man.
Hey, De Niro, where's your ass now?
Right?
Where's your ass now? Right? You afraid of a gay dude? A gay gangster? Am I a gay gangster? Is that what I am? You're all gangsters.
Like, he is so mentally ill. This guy's faking it for Jimmy Kimmel, I guess, but like, he's so mentally ill, dude. He's like a chatter who thinks I'm speaking directly to him through secret messages or something. Robert De Niro is not personally aware of your existence, man. Calm down, dude. Oh my God, every chatter is like, you're talking to me though, right? I'm not Delulu.
I used to be a communist. Donald Trump saved my life.
Same.
Sounds cool.
Same.
Go ahead. You can talk.
Can we talk a little bit about some facts?
Well,
when did this whole thing
wait. No, excuse me.
Yo, you go. I want to agree with you.
No, excuse me. You just crossed the line. Now get out of my way.
Oh, I thought.
Get out of my way.
All right, I was just trying to
get out of my way.
I was trying to agree with you.
I'm going to find out who you are, everything about you. Watch this, you picked the wrong one.
I don't think he's lying. Like, I think he is like that mentally ill. The bit right here is this guy portraying himself as a fake Trump supporter to rile up the actual Trump supporters. The problem is the bit actually works really well because the actual Trump supporters are content. I hate to give it to Jimmy Kimmel, but like, this is a pretty solid bit because Trump supporters are awesome. They are so much content. So obviously when you like get someone to rile them up, you get even more content out of them.
Okay, the verdict is about to come in. We gotta get to the courthouse. He's gonna be innocent.
The former president of the United States is guilty.
Oh, I thought he was going to be on CNN.
No. Domination. I'll pay 3 objectives on your offset. Assault them at your discretion.
Yo, that's awesome. Dude, I'm going to give it to Jimmy Kimmel and the writers. This is solid.
Your mission
this is so solid. The fact that they got mainstream media duped too, that's good as bro. Oh, that's so good. Okay, respect.
Friendly's going for Zone B.
Yes! Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but after a woman gives birth, they're fat and cranky and they don't want to have sex. You have to have
Capture zone contested. Team capturing Zone C. Hostiles on the scope in Zone B.
What the? Bro, how is this on Jimmy Kimmel? What the? Dude, this is actually hilarious. I'm legitimately shocked. What the?
Gathering intel.
I'm doing it.
What the fuck?
Sticking out.
Capture zone contested.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my God. Am I too lived up or something? I genuinely don't know. That was actually hilarious.
You're down,
I can't believe I'm
out,
saying this, but they kind of
this.
slapped with this one. He went into himself. That was awesome. You're lived up? Yeah, dude. You think it's lived up to say that, like, doing an unironic joke, which like 40% of this chat would be like, that's a bridge too far. Why did you take it there? He did it. joke on national television on Jimmy Kimmel. That's insane. See, very polite chatter. It was problematic. Not a fan of Kimmel. No, it's actually problematic when I serve the 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour, but I don't see any of you chirping about that. You literally keep saying 10 out of 10.
Going for zone B.
Or perhaps you're saying all of that because you obviously are subscribed, so you don't give it. You know what I mean?
It's gonna increase his chances
Capture
to win.
zone A is at risk.
Dude, Trump
Capture
supporters
zone
are
contested.
a hive mind. Like, actually. They just operate with the same exact talking points. I don't know where they get the talking points from. I don't know how this happens. But they all say the same. I haven't heard a single goddamn statement that is unique so far. It's all like, he's innocent. He's the most innocent man in America. Also, this is a travesty. And also, this is going to help his chances. I'm mad, but like, I shouldn't be mad, really. I should be happy because he's going to win extra hard. You know what I mean? He's going to win the hardest anyone's ever won. He's going to win so hard, it should be illegal. They're going to arrest him again for how hard he won.
Trump is going to benefit in a way where it's going to benefit him, but it's also going to benefit people with an opportunity coming from the bottom.
Oh my God, it's Sigma Grindset mentality played to its logical conclusion. It's awesome. It's just like, yeah, dude, I'm not there right now, but I promise you, like, Trump is going to change the rules in the rule book to make me win big. He's going to help you, bro. It's like, no, he's not, bro. He's not going to help you, okay? The Democrats aren't helping you either, okay? If you were to say, like, oh, the Democrats, what have they done for me? I'm there with you. But, like, how the do you think Donald Trump has helped you or will help you in the future? Like, how are you this insane? It's like the gambler's fallacy, but for voting for Trump this time, dude. 99% quit before they get big. 99% of Trump supporters quit before they vote for Trump and then have Trump help them succeed on their Sigma grind set.
Gonna build a wall. That wall's gonna protect us all. Sounds like a good idea to me. Oh, yeah.
Wait, the Naked Cowboy is a Trump supporter? Or is this a different one? Wait, since when is the Naked Cowboy a Trump supporter? That's a fake? Are there two Naked Cowboys? Folks, we lost the Naked Cowboy. This is causing me to re-triangulate. I think once you lost the Naked Cowboy, it's kind of over for you. I'm not gonna lie, things are not looking good for Joe.
Enemy spies skulking around with their goggles on.
Bro, at any given moment, if I'm standing with a crowd and they're agreeing with me, and like a crowd like this and they're agreeing with me, I'm reconsidering everything. I'm sorry. You might say, oh, you're ugly shaming or whatever. I am, dude, okay? If I'm standing in a crowd and it's all ogres with like genuine rot from within, basically escaping out of every orifice, I'm gonna be like, I gotta really dial it back. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Branded like this, I'd be like, maybe I don't have the best opinions after all. If you ever find yourself in a crowd like this, and it's not even like ugly shaming, it's just like, they're so weird, bro. They're so weird. They're so weird looking and weird. And the things that they're saying are weird. Have you met Twitch chatters? Yes, dude. I do meet and greets all the time.
Your season's on current presidential candidate, and one of the
enemies liberate all zones from enemy occupation.
Is that like his dick?
Enemy spy activated sonar goggles.
This guy literally took Hunter Biden's naked photos and put it in a book. The moment that you see that, you're like, my side is crazy.
You're moving on B.
As it shows statistically, I believe that sales
look at the car, bro.
Support level from the people are not gonna it's not gonna go down much.
He's walking around with a gay revenge porn scrapbook, dude. Like, come on, dude. How does this signal sanity in any capacity?
He doesn't be able to run for president if he's found guilty, and then we're stuck in Biden.
This is 100% once again something that I've repeated before, but must be repeated again and again and again. These people are hater stands, which is worse than just being a stand. Like people who say like, oh, Goofy's this dude. It's like, yeah, that's also mentally not sanest person to be, but at least they're demonstrating their love for like an artist. You know what I mean? It's significantly healthier than this.
The jury really paid attention and
like you see left-wing protesting, like you saw that old man in the back, right? Let me go back real quick. I want to show you like what normal people would protest like, okay? And I'm not just saying this because like this man very clearly agrees with me, but it's like Joe Biden picked up the damn phone, he's wearing a keffiyeh, 24,000 murdered women and children. Very clear cut. There's a reason for why he's protesting. He wants the genocide to stop. I personally agree with that. I personally agree with his position. But beyond that, it's like, obviously he's there for a purpose. He's not there being like, yeah, I love Donald Trump. I think he's hot. He's hot as... And also, he's not guilty. It's like, weirds me out. It weirds me the fuck out. out that these people are just like mindlessly simply there because of their love and admiration for a person, and it is completely devoid of policy, completely devoid of like any tangible thing that will make their lives better or worse. They're just there because they love Trump. That's it. And they feel like he's been harmed. That's the difference between like being a cultist and being a person who like actually cares about issues. Protesting for specific issues blows my goddamn mind. Trump has now officially raised $52.8 million in 24 hours. Nothing funnier to me than giving Donald Trump money right after his criminal conviction, specifically that will go directly into paying off his many fines. It's a way for MAGA to fund our court system and to fund these blue states, unjustifiably persecuting the big, beautiful boy. Maybe that's why his lawyer was on CNN being like, I am getting paid, Mom, I promise. This is the last one. Last part of the equation, we got to hear from Ben Sharpibo.
Last night, in a historic breach of all historical norms, in a move that really does put the Republic on the precipice of serious constitutional disorder, chaos, and disaster, a jury in New York found.
I like that Donald Trump's many different crimes, not even this, a load of other crimes and corruption that he is engaged in the most incompetent way possible, is not somehow causing this beautiful democratic republic to fall apart, but it's actually the prosecution of said crimes and corruption that is putting the democratic republic at the precipice of collapse. It's never the guy who's doing it, it's the people going, no, don't do that actually.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, who came into office pledging to get Donald Trump, not pledging to find his criminal behavior that was actually criminal, pledging to get Donald Trump under any circumstances. And that, of course, mirrored the language of Attorney General Letitia James, who was elected to her position in the state of New York on the basis of, quote unquote, getting Donald Trump. It was a put-up job by the judge, Juan Merchan, who clearly wants Trump behind bars, which is why I believe that he's probably going to sentence him to jail time come July. I do not.
Whoa, that would be so sick. Dude, I don't think that's the case, but that would be so fire. Dude, that would be awesome. Oh my God. I can't tell if he's like doing this because he just wants to like rile people up for clickbaiting, or if he legitimately believes it. But oh God, if there was any shot, I think Jeff Tiedrich would literally die if that happened. He would bust out the fattest rope that would suck the life force out of him. I think a lot of liberals would unironically die from the collective orgasm that they had.
There's no question that this is political. None whatsoever. The basis of the charges is trash. This is a trash case that was brought in a jurisdiction unfriendly to Donald Trump, with a prosecutor who obviously wanted to make his bones on Donald Trump's back, and a judge who wants to be famous based on convicting Donald Trump.
Trash, absurd, ridiculous. Sounds like Ben's feelings are getting in the way of facts. Yeah, of course. There's never been a moment where Ben actually gave a about facts. When he says facts over feelings, he's saying his feelings are more factual than real facts itself. The real facts of the matter that don't correspond to his feelings are not facts at all.
Believe that should happen. He said, I believe we have to hold him accountable. Okay, he was pledging to do this in 2021, and then he did it. We'll get to more on this in just 1 second. First,
dude, I can't be the only one who's like annoyed with how many ads Ben has. And not only because it's like ridiculous that he has so many ads to begin with, like that there are brands that are willing to work with him, but it just in general. Obviously, I'm doing ethical reacts across the board no matter what, because like I'm responding to pretty much every single thing that he says. This is fair use in general, so I can skip the ads. I don't really give a shit. But also, every video is just like slap with a goddamn built-in ad to it. What is happening?
You are totally blind, apparently, if you're a Democrat. With the DOJ originally trying to cut such an extraordinary sweetheart deal with the president's son, that it was only scuttled when a judge looked at it and said, what the hell is this? That is the only reason Hunter Biden is being brought up on charges now, is because the judge looked at the original sweetheart deal.
It feels a lot like he's talking about some irrelevant-ass bull, instead of, you know, keeping his focus on how this particular case is completely fraudulent. How odd of him to start talking about like, oh, well, the DOJ gave a sweetheart deal to Hunter Biden and also Hillary Clinton and all this other... What's happening? Just talk about the issue. Talk about the issue, man. Where is the letter of the law not being evenly applied? Where is it not being fair for Donald Trump? Because you can't turn around and be like, Your Honor, there's murderers around, which is what Donald Trump was saying. Ben is supposed to be this brilliant conservative mind. And as a brilliant conservative mind, he can just like very easily rip through the arguments that the prosecution made. Right now, he sounds exactly like the whimpering fools that we heard outside of the court. Everything you mentioned is not illegal, and if you want to compare sons, look at Don Jr. Doesn't make any sense to me because, like I said, Don Jr. is not running for president. I mean, not Don Jr. Sorry, Hunter Biden is not running for president, so he's just like bringing up Hunter Biden is silly regardless. And not only that, but also in terms of Hillary Clinton's situation, the FBI cooked her campaign harder than any other circumstance when Jim Comey, a couple days before the election, came out with a second letter. An investigation that they concluded and found was no different than the prior investigation in any case. And I say this as someone who despises Hillary Clinton. It is odd that Ben is not sticking to the actual facts. If they are so easy to diminish, so easy to destroy, you can't just turn around and be like, well, what about all these other instances that are totally irrelevant to the subject matter?
The DNC paid Matthew Colangelo $12,000 in January 2018 for political consulting. He was the third-ranking official at President Biden's Justice Department. He then joined Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's office in December 2022. And just a few months later, they launched this current investigation into Donald Trump. Began in March 2023. So he moved from the Biden DOJ to Alvin Bragg's office.
That's crazy, bro. I can't believe prosecutors switch offices sometimes to go from like DOJ back to like a district attorney. That's wild. Except none of this talks about Donald Trump's 34 different counts. Like, the funniest part about it is that the sane, smart, intelligent conservative assessment on this matter wouldn't just be that, like, to obviously point out how this is political, but to basically say that these charges, albeit true, are not all that significant. Trumped up, if you will. So I don't understand why he doesn't just stick to that, and he has to be like, oh, guys, you don't understand. Brandon is a secret mastermind behind all of this.
And was brought against Donald Trump. And we're supposed to believe there was no coordination, that Joe Biden knew nothing about. This is just the workings of the gears of justice. That's all this is. Meanwhile, the judge, Mershon, a partisan Democrat, has donated small amounts to the Biden presidential campaign in 2020, as well as to Act Blue, which is an activist group whose daughter is a Democratic activist as well.
Bro, that's crazy. The judge's daughter is a Democratic Party activist? Okay, I guess he's not capable of being an adequate judge.
And she serves as president of Authentic Campaigns, a firm that does digital
The funniest part about this is that, like, there are plenty of Trump-appointed judges, some of which have ruled against Donald Trump. And it's like, even then, it's like, well, these judges are obviously biased. It's like, who's not biased? You just want someone who will say Trump is innocent. That's the only type of judge I want. It could be an Obama judge. It could be a Biden judge. It could be a Donald Trump judge. And it's like, as long as they are literally sitting there and being like, well, I'm going to be honest, like, you know, he is actually guilty here, or we're going to continue with this investigation, then I was like, whoa, obviously they're biased. The only difference between what Ben Shapiro's saying here versus the average nutter that you saw outside of the courthouse with the microphone put on their face is that he seems better put together. He puts a professional face to the mania that has been demonstrated by both Donald Trump and all of his supporters and loyalists alike. There's no difference between this and Fox News. He's just less unhinged seeming. He's just nerdier. He puts a nerdier face on the exact same that you hear from Fox News.
She was apparently the director of digital persuasion for now Vice President Kamala Harris's 2020 presidential campaign, according to CNN.
Also, he's making it seem like the judge independently caused this case and manipulated the judges or something. That's not how the court system works. Obviously, this dumb graduated from Harvard Law School, or did he go to UCLA Law and Harvard undergrad? I don't know. I don't care. He went to UCLA and Harvard. He knows that it was 12 jurors. In danger. It's not like the judge was like, you're guilty, sir. I've decided it, and that'll be the case. That's not how the American criminal justice system works. He knows that. Why is he not bringing that up?
Andrew McCarthy, who's been writing about this for, obviously, since the initiation of this mess, he says that payments that were made to Karen McDougal, who is a person that Trump stooped and then paid hush money payments
Our side is down, but we're never out.
Or Stormy Daniels, or to a bellman in his building, because there was some sort of false allegation that Donald Trump was bothering
all zones from enemy occupation.
He did everything right and they convicted him. Yes, that is what he's doing. And yes, the charges weren't federal charges, and Ben knows that already, so it doesn't matter. Alvin Bragg charged Donald Trump with 34 counts of a New York State charge that is enumerated in a state statute. Further, if Trump truly didn't commit the felony charge that Ben is talking about, then the jury of his peers would not have found him guilty. He's just mad about the rule of law. He's mad about law and order. Right-wingers, and many people, like just reactionaries in general, only want law and order against their enemies, against they perceive as like doing wrong. But when someone that he likes, that he's literally personally campaigned for, remember, Ben Shapiro has done campaign fundraising events for Donald Trump this time around. I saw some people in the chat asking, like, wasn't Ben supposed to be a little bit more reasonable? Like he was the reasonable, level-headed conservative that wasn't super pro-Trump? No. This election cycle, Ben Shapiro has done fundraising events for Donald Trump. He's never really impartial. He just reads the room and recognizes that Trump is the future of the Republican Party, whether he likes it or not, and is a loyal servant and a soldier for the Republican Party, and therefore he will literally do fundraising events for him.
Alvin Bragg claims that the NDA payments were illegal because they were essentially campaign contributions that exceeded the federal dollar amount limits. There's a problem with this. NDAs, paying somebody for an NDA, which is common practice.
I love Ben trying to make this seem like this is a regular NDA for a staffer. It is not a regular NDA for a staffer. It is a hush money payment to a porn star that he had sex with.
Opening a can of
whether it was correct
Enemy
or not,
spy
doesn't matter.
activated
He
sonar
thought if
goggles.
the public knows
we had
about
that back when I was
this, it might
KGB.
hurt my
You fought a good
chances of
fight.
being elected president.
I mean,
at that point,
it
it
was
is
an
no
okay
longer
fight.
a regular
Would've been better
NDA.
if
If
you won
you personally murdered somebody and then tried to pay a hush money payment to a witness, that would still be illegal. And if you did it by way of your lawyer paying and hid it as a retainer, it would still literally be under this exact same statute a crime. Now you might say this is a stupid thing to like care about this much. I agree. I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? The unique part of this case is it's probably one of the only consensual instances where Donald Trump has had sex as far as we know. Not a single part of this would be allowed, which is precisely the reason why the 12 jurors actually said that it was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, that Trump was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt for 34 counts.
If the idea is that anything that affects an election is now a campaign expenditure, that would also have consequences the other way. You could literally label your gym workouts campaign expenditures because obviously how you look has an impact on the campaign trail. The idea that anything that has any impact on the election now becomes an election-related expense is totally nuts and unprecedented in American law.
I don't think it works in the opposite direction. And also beyond that, I do feel like a lot of politicians do play fast and loose with campaign expenditure in general. And you're just saying that the law should be applied evenly, which for the most part, yeah, like I think that's great. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think it's ridiculous. Like you could pay with campaign contributions someone hush money regardless of what the situation was. It could be a porn star that you had sex with, or it could be any number of different things. Like I think that that's a ridiculous way to use campaign funds. And if we would have the same level of smoke for others, I would be on board with that. There have been instances where people have been prosecuted under similar situations like we talked about earlier. The difference was they were able to prove in a court of law that it was actually for other reasons and not directly potentially harming the election outcomes. Donald Trump, on the other hand, as a consequence of constantly doing crimes in the most open way possible, corrupt and most incompetent way possible, could not do that. The reason why he couldn't do that is because he routinely would say, well, just pay her after the election. Who cares? And then we won't have to pay her at all. The role reversal is usually a stupid argument. And in this case, it's like, we don't even need to do it. But it is pretty funny to think about like Joe Biden paying a porn star hush money and how Ben Shapiro would react if he was criminally convicted by a jury of his peers for paying a porn star hush money by way of his lawyer who went to jail, by the way. But can you imagine
There's always another war,
Ben Shapiro would be like,
another
dude, what do you mean
cantina,
kill him? Like execute him immediately. What are we talking about? Let's not just throw the book at him. Let's throw the book at him so hard that he dies. What are we talking about here? It's not even a point of contention.
Alvin Bragg to argue that Trump had already been convicted of some violation of election law, even though he hadn't. So how exactly did he do that? Well, Michael Cohen was brought forward. Trump's former attorney and convicted perjurer.
Trump's former attorney and convicted perjurer. He was lying for Donald Trump. Just like the other guy, Weiselberg, also was lying for Donald Trump. It seems like Donald Trump pays a lot of people to lie for him, and then they get caught. Now, the difference as to why he's not bringing Weiselberg into the conversation is because Weiselberg is pro-Trump. He was lying for Trump, and he wasn't then turning around and actually throwing Trump under the bus. So that's precisely the reason why he's not talking about Weiselberg, and he's bringing up that Michael Cohen is a convicted perjurer when talking about Michael Cohen. Why? Because Michael Cohen did do perjury and lied for Donald Trump, but then, of course, was a star witness against Donald Trump.
Had already pled guilty to campaign crimes because he thought that was going to allow him to cut a deal with prosecutors to go after Trump.
Very interesting stuff overall. Ben is failing, not doing a great job. Kind of shameful, really.
We have to win that. Drag out.
Okay, that's enough lives for your cause. Now you take some. We're taking Zone B. Zone's ours now. Amigos capturing Zone C.
You are now entering the content court of the Honorable Judge and Comply with prosecution from the law offices of Baby Ayad Esquire and defense representation from Dan Swervo, attorney at law. Every click counts, and all grit, online scams, and cringe will be delivered at swift internet justice. This is the content court.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Ethan Klein.
Thank you, Bailiff Gila. You may be seated, please. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us today. This is Content Court. Today's defendee is Aiden Ross. A prolific troublemaker. But is it that or worse? Today he'll be defended by Dan Swerdlove, his court appointed attorney. And he will be Swerdlove, I've spoken to you before about being late. Please. I'm sorry. Respect the court's time.
We already do the Pledge of Allegiance?
We don't do that, Swerdlove. Okay. So Aiden is in good hands. He's got the best public defender. And he'll be prosecuted by the sharp, the slick, representing the people of America, A.B. Ayad.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. All right.
Can I borrow a pen? Do you have a pen? Extra pen? I don't have an extra pen. Oh.
Why do you need a pen? You didn't bring a pen? No. Okay, well, that's not our problem. We don't have to. Okay, let's begin. We have so much to get to. So with all that being said, this court is now set. From the top, the people versus Aiden Ross. Next slide. Aiden Ross is a 23-year-old streamer known for his edgy content on platforms like Twitch, Kick, attracts millions of followers, many of whom are very young, which the court will show. Amongst these, he's really doing quite good numbers on all these platforms, as you can see. Average views, 63,000. No celebrity.
It's just a fact, in my opinion.
The enemy's winning. Time to fight
you'll have your
dirty.
moment to speak, Aiden, please. Aiden, you're ugly. Keep, Swerdlove, keep your...
I'm sorry. Aiden, could you quiet down?
I'm joking.
Aiden is being charged with being a dangerous influence to his young audience. 2, distributing misogyny. 3, exploitation of viewers. 4, being a thin-skinned loser. And 5, promotes hate against the queer community.
I don't care.
These are grave charges of which carry heavy consequences. So it behooves us all to listen closely. I urge the jury, everyone watching at home, will be participating in the verdict at the end So please pay attention closely to all the evidence as it's presented. This episode is sponsored by...
We're losing Zone A!
Let's move on.
I'm busted up!
Excuse me. Today, we aim to determine if Aiden has the mental capacity to influence his massive audience. Let's start by taking a moment to look at his content. For those who are not familiar, a brief overlook here. What does
Revealing enemies.
It means you are a far-right authorization on ultra-analyst, ultra-analyst, political ideology movement characterized by dictator leadership, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition. So I don't know what that means, right? I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck a fascism is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Benito Mussolini and Giviante Genitile and Jason Stanley. Like, who the fuck are these people, bro? Never heard of my fucking life. What is an example of a fascist?
Yo! Running out of time to turn this around, compay. Bad guys on Zone C.
So the average salary is what, $100,000?
That's crazy.
What? What's the average salary?
Bro, probably what, 20, 30K?
No way. Bro, shut the fuck up.
Are you fucking crazy? So look, let's say you buy one of the original projects, an NFT, the original project. It's like having what's that painting's name? Lisa Ann painting? Is that what it's called?
Lisa Ann for the porn star?
You're moving on me!
What's it called?
Mona Lisa? Bro, you said Mona Lisa is Lisa Ann, dude?
Yo, come on, bro. Yo, you know what I meant, bro. You know what I meant.
Mona Lisa was Lisa Ann? What the
Hey guys, how do they get a tank inside of Ukraine from Russia? Do they put it on boats and they sail? How the fuck do they do that? I always wondered that shit. Because I was thinking you can't have a helicopter with a tank detached to it because the helicopter would probably get... You know what I'm saying? They drove it. How far is Ukraine from Russia?
It's not whether you win or lose, compay. Although you did lose.
Oh, it's right next to it.
Shame.
My sister catfished me and I jacked off to her news. I feel terrible. What should I do?
That's honestly happened probably to all of us. All you gotta do is just...
You jerked off to your sister's news?
Hold on, 1 second, yes. Just realize that what you did is obviously not kosher and just don't do it again.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
But Ukraine and Georgia both wanted to join NATO for a long time. And that...
I gotta be fucking tripping. Is this maybe years ago? How is Atlanta all over here?
What do you mean, do I know what the stigma is?
Stigma.
Yeah, shit's wild.
To be honest, it's over. You got fucked.
No way.
Is this the only clip?
The overall takeaway from Andrew Tate is that he's a scam artist, a sex trafficker, and a guy that's built his entire life on, now that he's fucking Muslim, he's built his whole life on haram shit.
He's the goat!
Go to what?
Bro.
Sex trafficking?
Motherfucker, he has 30 cars, houses, women.
Listen, Hitler probably had a lot of cars too. I'm sure he had the whole German army.
No, Hitler was not a good guy, bro. He killed Jews.
Wait, did Hitler say anything you would have agreed with, you think?
It's different, bro. You're comparing Hitler to Tate. Come on.
Well, it was an interesting because I think there's a quote from Hitler saying OnlyFans is the second Holocaust, and he said that before he even did the first one. So I'm sure you'd agree with that at least, right?
Wait, Hitler said OnlyFans is the Holocaust?
The second Holocaust.
How did Hitler know? How did Hitler know?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy, huh? Just because Hitler might have said a couple good things doesn't mean that Hitler's a good guy, right? Same thing with same thing with Andrew Tate.
Okay, show me where he said something about Hitler said OnlyFans is going to be the second Holocaust. Please show me where he said that.
It was in the second version of Mein Kampf, but I think that ISIS burned that down when they invaded Germany last.
Fuck, there's a second Mein Kampf?
As you can see by this mixed bag, and frankly, this and so much more, we question his intelligence, not to judge him on that. It's not a crime to be dumb. However, when wielding such a massive audience with so much influence, we must read a book first. We must at least get our GED.
Well said, Your Honor.
That's actually not even true either. He's an idiot. Is that the charge? He's dumb.
I mean,
Domination. You can't liberate the whole world.
Well, what?
But the capture zones are a good start.
Yeah, you need it. Okay, well,
other than that,
talk to me please after court.
Dos. Uno. Take the zones. Topple the enemy. Viva la revolución. Amigos capturing zone C.
This is who we're dealing with. Intelligence is, you can be any.
Capture zone is ours now.
We love the smart
You're
and we
taking
love the
zone
dumb
B.
here in this court. And we love the mediums as well. We love the really dumb.
What the fuck did I do, bro?
The terminally dumb. All right, moving on.
What does a
Moving on. Attorneys opening statements. Everybody, please.
Zone's ours now.
Pay attention. These are important moments. Defense moves for a vote.
Sorry, Your Honor. I believe we're right here. We're gonna give our opening statements before we proceed. Not to.
Go ahead, please, AV.
Yes. So, this case is one that has been heavily requested by the audience. This is a very serious matter. And at first, you know, seeing Aiden, I assumed he was just a young kid, didn't know what he was doing. And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt.
You take some.
But as he's grown, he's continued to get worse and worse. And me personally, I would like to start by telling a story. I was in the barbershop probably a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. And as I was waiting to get a haircut, there was 2 young boys there, they're brothers. And I could not believe the stuff these 2 boys were saying. They were saying slurs left and right. They were offensive to women, and these boys looked like they were probably in 3rd or 4th grade. And my barber knew that they liked YouTube and mentioned that I work on the H3 podcast when I'm not an attorney. And he asked, who do they like? And they mentioned Aiden Ross. They said Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate. That was their idols. And sincerely seeing that, like having the perspective of seeing the influence that Aiden has on the youth, made me realize that something needs to be done. So today, I'm bringing these charges. I built a case. Me and the community of other lawyers come together, and we're going to be presenting why he is a danger and why he needs to be dealt with. He has been unchecked for too long. That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you, prosecution.
Snoozer.
Dan, Mr. Swordlock, please keep your comments appropriate.
Boring.
Dan, please. Do you have opening statements in defense of your client?
Of course. Of course.
Let me please proceed and hear from you. And please keep it relevant to the case.
Well, first of all, before we even proceed with my opening statement, I would actually like to move for a mistrial right off the bat.
Okay, on what grounds?
If you take a look at the evidence that I have presented here, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have a statement from co-counsel that I would like to.
May I speak with co-counsel?
May I speak with co-counsel, Your Honor? I'm sorry before we...
Go ahead, please. Gabe.
Yes.
Yeah, first instruction, I say, Aiden Ross, you're a guilty as fuck. You dumbass pussy motherfucker.
Thank you, Gabe. A very stirring that we unfortunately did not see. So, in the meantime, you want to do that? You want to just do that again and pretend like it never happened, Gabe? Just pretend like, yeah, go ahead.
All right. I just want to say, Aiden Ross, you're as guilty as fuck.
What is this?
A stirring this is co-counsel.
Nobody.
Thank you, Uncle Gabe, for your contribution, and happy Friday to you, my friend. Woo, baby, fuck yeah.
Happy Friday, baby. Ooh.
Happy Friday. Fuck. All right. Thank you, Gabe.
The enemy is attacking Zone B.
Dan, the defense attorney has wants me to play this video. Shall I proceed with it?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah. Once again, I feel like Aiden's just involved in something that he has no idea what he's doing. You know, he's trying to do shtick, but doesn't realize it's significant. Same thing with the whole stake situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep fucking gambling, you freaking pussy.
Yeah.
As you can see, opposing counsel clearly has a bias. He's a fucking pussy, as my client Aiden has pointed out.
Okay, I'm going to allow it.
You're going to allow the mistrial? I won?
No, I'm going to...
Objection.
Please,
Objection.
Hear the defense's take. Go ahead, defense.
He is the defense.
Go ahead, plaintiff.
I am the prosecution, and I am saying that is bullshit.
Take a
I am not a pussy.
Okay. Do we have any evidence to present to the contrary, or maybe so far the verdict?
I've lost 2 fucking boxing matches. I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like Aiden just
Our side's winning. Don't let them. They're moving on
Maybe we can
B.
test it.
My opinion.
What?
Maybe we can see if we can hold it. Just to check real quick.
Go ahead, AB. Hold the weapon and prove to us
We're
you're not a
liberating
pussy.
A.
I'm gonna get my gun. Fuck it.
Okay. Now point it at your opponent.
We're moving on B.
Don't. He didn't do it. He didn't do it for the record. And also, it's not real.
Have you ever held a gun before? Get your finger off the trigger.
Enemy spy activated sonar
That was a
goggles.
bad idea. Put your weapon
Liberate
back.
all zones from enemy
he is
occupation.
A pussy, turns out.
Motherfucker, I don't care.
But I don't think that's material to the case, frankly. And for that, I'm going to deny your motion for mistrial. Do you have anything else to say?
Okay. All right. I did prepare an opening statement if that didn't work.
Please proceed.
All right. Your Honor, good people of the jury, I stand before you today not to defend Aiden Ross. No, actually, yeah.
That is your
I'll
job.
be defending Aiden Ross today, yeah. Yeah, I apologize. Let me edit that out. Well, there's no point. This is why I'm here, to defend Aiden Ross. But by defending him, I challenge each of you. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mr. Swerdlove, I remind you to turn off all mobile devices. Swerdlove.
I'm hitting silence.
All right.
This is great.
Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Mr. Swerdlove,
I'm sorry.
no more interruptions.
Okay, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Continue with your opening statement.
We're going for B.
God. Are you finished?
Okay. Now, this is why I'm here. But by defending him, I challenge each of you to examine the broader systemic issues within streaming culture that led to the accusations before us. While Adam stands accused of corrupting the youth, misogyny, exploiting his fans, and being a scumbag all around, it's imperative to recognize that the issues are reflective of a larger systemic problem with the digital entertainment industry. Okay? Singling out Adam amidst the culture that perpetuates and often rewards such behavior is not just unfair. It overlooks the root cause that needs addressing. As we examine today's evidence, I urge you, nay, I plead with you, to consider not just the individual one, Aiden Ross, but the broader context of the industry in dire need of reform.
Mr. Swerdlove, are you okay?
Why do you ask?
Your voice, you assumed some kind of accent towards the end of that. It's
Hold on, let me try.
quite unusual.
My opposing counsel taught me a technique the other day. Hold on.
Okay. Swerdlove, if you can use your normal voice, please. No accents. This is not a theater.
Pussy.
And I do not appreciate...
I'm here?
All right. Well, we're going to move on.
Okay.
Thank you, defense. Let's get into this. Prosecutor is presenting here his first charge, which I will read for you. First charge being a danger to his young audience. First, we must prove that his audience are indeed young to even entertain this charge. But we have the evidence. Let's take a look.
You have any idea how many people who are under 21
I want to say it's anywhere between 8th grade and college students. But you never know. I might have someone smaller. I might have someone big. I don't know.
Yeah.
You said what? You broke your back carrying 2021.
I like that.
As you can see, as I would assume, prosecution, that this is a somewhat accurate representation. When he would go out, that these are the people that would come and greet him.
Definitely.
So the average age is looking to be about 8, frankly.
Yeah, I'd say around there.
In their defense, though, he is the coolest.
That's debatable.
No, that's accurate. I believe we've proven the youth. Let's move on.
You do not have any idea.
up next. Now that we've established his audience is young, let's take a deeper look. Let's start with his first big scam, which there are many.
No. We FaceTime.
FaceTime, yeah. Like,
oh, shit.
Now he's fucking famous somehow, and I'm famous.
Yo, you're in trouble.
Why? Oh, shit.
That crypto shit. Hey, Steve, get his ass right now.
That, as everybody knows, was actually Keystar came in and he made, frankly, a prophetic observation. The crypto did end up being quite a massive scandal. So thank Keystar.
Secure all the capture zones. Team capturing Zone A.
The court notes his contributions.
No. We FaceTime. FaceTime.
Zone secure.
Exhibit A. MILF coin. Aiden was allegedly paid $168,000 to promote this coin, but apparently didn't own any of the coin himself, despite representing otherwise. Aiden tried to avoid criticism by saying that it wasn't a scam because the price went down after he promoted it. That is interesting, considering that's the scam. I would think
capture zone contested.
If it went up, then that would probably be great for everybody.
Motherfucker, I don't care.
But let's hear what he has to say.
He gets called out by H3H3 and Hassan.
It wasn't a pump and dump. I wanted to show you this clip for my live stream. This is my promo. I just want to say real quick.
He gets called out by H3H3 and Hassan.
It wasn't a pump and dump. I wanted to show you this clip for my live stream. This is my promo. I just want to say real quick. They wish that they never did this with me. Let me just show you why. I'm literally getting paid, bro. I'm getting paid for this shit. I'm being honest with you guys.
So his response is, they wish they had never done it with me, guys, because look, I said I'm not a financial advisor. I said I'm getting paid. Therefore, they wish they had never done it. It couldn't have been a pump and dump, which that's fine. But then the lie comes when he says this.
They wish they never did that with me, right? So, because like they were just like, what the hell was that? It's so, like if I was a brand and I paid somebody to do that, I just did it horribly. I didn't know what I was doing, bro.
I did the scam horribly. I didn't promote it right, so therefore it wasn't a scam.
Today, saw that after that, it went down. So listen, it was not a scam of pumping up. No.
That's the reason it wasn't a scam, guys, because the price went down after he promoted it. This is where the key lie is, guys. People think price is everything, but the problem is it's not. Here's where Aiden Ross promoted around May 27th right here, and the price actually really fell. So if you thought price was everything, then Aiden Ross's point makes sense. The truth is, that's not what makes a crypto a scam. The real problem with scam coins is finding a buyer. The truth is that trading volume is the king for scam coins. In order to offload your money and actually realize those gains, you need high volume, okay? Question, how do we get new buyers? And the answer is this guy. Buying influencers means more volume. More volume means that the people who hold the tokens, the scammers, the people who invented these tokens yesterday, can then sell it off today. And to be clear, no token's like a dead coin. It's dead. All of Aiden's viewers who bought it, they have like, it's worth nothing. This is all leading up to the promotion. The volume is pretty stable at a 24-hour volume of about $1 million being traded. Take a look at the next day. Yeah, turns out it was pretty good, guys. The day of Aiden Ross's promo, the bad promo, they got $19 million in 24-hour volume. At the efficiency of that spending for the MILF token, right? How efficient is it to buy stupid influencers and greedy influencers for your coin? Well, let's take a look. I put Aiden Ross's cost to promote against the volume. So you got this much volume, $19 million, in exchange for $200,000. It's about an extra $15 million in trading volume, all for $200,000. I call that a good deal.
Back down. It was not a scam. Pump it up. No.
It was a scam. It was a pump and dump. That is a scam. Period.
As you can see, thank you, Papa Zillow, for throwing that out. Now, I'll recall that during that time, we were willing to give Aiden the benefit of the doubt. There was an intervention that attempted to take place, and he had expressed some interest in reforming. But rather than reforming, the scam only continued from there. And at a certain point, unfortunately, the hope was lost. Let's continue.
Under assault.
In June, 2021, Aiden confirmed on stream that MILF coin was a scam. This proves that what he knew that what he was doing was frankly illegal.
It was in June.
And this is of course friend of the show, Austin Broom. I am definitely not a scammer.
Friend of the court.
Friend of the court.
Idiot.
Chat, by the way, that MILF token shit I did a while back, I already told you guys, don't buy that shit. I got paid a bag to do that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know if you guys actually bought it.
Yeah, as you can see, at the time, I think everybody thought that maybe he was just
We're going for B.
Shield out. And also honest to the point where it almost disowns you. You're like, maybe he's just a man. However, as a show, the pattern continues only to get conquered. And it proves the malicious intent of this young man here.
Secure all the capture zones and keep them that way.
Okay, that is inappropriate language for the chorus.
What did I do, bro?
In July 2021, Aiden tweeted that he never did any scams and immediately got called out for it. He said, quote, "People think this shit fake, so I can take mine off of a crypto scam, which I never did. Haven't done any scams. So STFU. When you get my ex involved and start fucking with my bag by ending my stream, it's serious. Stop being stupid, right? Try to stream today and see what happens." What is the I thing? Prosecution. What are they doing?
On A. Kick him off.
I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that after this tweet, he's immediately called out with this response tweet.
Aiden,
Judge, I'd just like to enter into the record the fact that he doesn't know what that is further proof that he's a fucking pussy loser.
Ask your fucking client. It looks like a gang sign. Ask him. I don't know.
Well,
I rest my case.
Well, okay.
No, I don't rest. Oh,
I remind you, Sword Love, this is the last time I will warn you. No disruptions in court.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm muting.
Sword Love.
Muting it now.
How many phones does he have? Do you have any other phones that you need to mute before we proceed?
No, that should be it. I think I took care of it.
Why do you have two phones?
High-powered lawyer. I got lots of clients. I got lots of...
Silence. Enough disruption.
Weapon dry.
This tweet was put out. It says, "Doesn't this count?" And it's a picture of a tweet.
You're behind.
That says,
Get back
"Giving away
on
10,000 in MILF token to one lucky person to win. You must retweet this tweet with any amount of MILF token. Comment wallet address below. Winner chosen in 72 hours." As you guys just saw, the man said that the MILF coin was a scam, and he knew it at the time, frankly.
We got the show.
Exhibit.
You're welcome.
B. I wasn't thinking.
It's mine.
Sorry.
Zone contested.
The prosecution.
Hostile 50.
You're welcome.
Enemy has boots on A.
Exhibit B, Gamba, as it's known on Twitch colloquially, also known in parlance, gambling, online gambling, to be precise.
Enemy on A. Enemy's taking B.
Why gambling streams are harmful. This is a new, many people know by now, but this became a popular medium on Twitch where people were just playing slots on Twitch for their all audience, not rated for any audience. And it became a hot topic. But so there was a lot of debate about why are gambling streams even harmful. Let's first address that issue.
Why gambling streams are harmful. Watching large bets can desensitize minors to the value of money and the risks of financial loss.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
Early exposure increases the likelihood of developing gambling problems at some point in your life. Streams often don't convey the real risks and chances of gambling.
How about you lick my eardrum with your tongue, and then you put your asshole right next to my ear and fart directly into my ear canal, please.
Watching gambling streams can distort young children's understanding of risk and reward, leading them to undervalue gambling risks. This can make gambling seem more appealing and less dangerous, potentially fostering problematic behaviors that can last a lifetime.
As you can see,
if you or somebody you know is struggling with gambling addiction, it's crucial to seek help. Remember, reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. For more information and resources on gambling problems, you can visit the website of the National Council on Problem Gambling at ncpgambling.org.
that was nice of XQC to provide that.
Yes, I spoke to him this morning. He
I
sent
wanted
that in.
to say, as you could clearly tell from the exhibit here, that gambling has absolutely destroyed the mind of that fine young man.
Yes.
He's barely able to communicate, in fact. It's a sad story.
Tragic.
Okay.
Okay.
Why gambling streams are... Why gambling...
Friendly reminder that Aiden's audience is young, and he dang knows it. Go ahead, Aiden.
Bro, it's so cool because I know a lot of you guys that watch me, you like literally don't have jobs and shit. And like, no, listen, because they're kids. You guys are moms. No, they're kids. No. You guys are kids. Like, you guys are in high school and shit. I didn't have a job in high school.